Hello everybody, and welcome to another episode of The Last Game Hunter. I'm your host, Paul. Today we're going to travel back, way back, to a time that I actually still lived in. And that time was the era of the Intellivision. That's right. Today we're going to talk about the Intellivision Voice Module add-on. Guys, this was supposed to be a groundbreaking move.
I'm about to show you something new for Intellivision that will revolutionize the way video games are played and compared. First, here's a popular Atari game. Now don't look. And here's new Space Spartans for the Intellivoice module.
Hello, Commander.
Starbase 1 under attack. The battle is over.
New Intellivoice. Now that Intellivision talks, you can tell the difference with your eyes closed.
So, Intellivision wanted to dominate the market in a different way, and that different way was add speech, digital speech to your video games. Now let's face it, for the time that would have been like, you would have been sitting there and you hear, B-17, Palmer. It actually sounds really weird when you hear it though, trust me, it really does. And they put out this add-on along with a pile of other add-ons, but this is the add-on that I have, and they only actually produced 4 games. So this unit came out in 1982. 82. Now, just a little background for me in the wonderful world of Intellivision. I never grew up with it. Yes, I grew up through it, but I was playing Atari, ColecoVision, Commodore, and so on. And of course, the Master System when it became available, and some NES, but the Intellivision eluded me completely. My friends didn't even have one. I didn't have anybody I know that at least told me they had an Intellivision, so I never got to play it. Even today, I tried hooking it up a little while ago and I played a few games because I got really heavy into collecting the Intellivision. And I'm maybe about 48 games away from completing it. I mean, that's pretty big considering I do have a lot of the heavy hitters, but I'm missing a lot of the heavy hitters. And it's just one of those things that when I see stuff, I pick it up and add it to the collection or whatever. But I've never really given it a chance. Even now, I still haven't. And one of these days, I wouldn't mind, trying out some of what I would say were the more popular games. Now, from videos and so on, the Intellivision definitely clearly looked like the true winner when it came to graphics, gameplay, and so on versus the Atari. Now, the ColecoVision was a different ballgame. This probably competed with the Coleco a lot more one-on-one. But in my opinion, it's a tough call on who had the better controllers. Today, we're going to talk about the games that came out on the Intellivision for the Intellivoice. Now, there was only 4 made. This unit only made it from 82 to 83. So only 4 games, 1 year. Now you see why pretty much this died. But at the same time, I think the whole Intellivision, the video game war and so on was kind of going downhill anyway. So what games came out? Well, Bomb Squad. So basically, Bomb Squad, I don't know, just looking at the footage, it honestly looks kind of odd. It looks like, I guess, you're taking something and you're going down and you're trying to disarm this bomb. So I get that. Looking at the graphics, of course, you're looking at it and I'm looking at it and I'm like, eh. But it was cool to hear it talk and do different things. No other console did this at the time. You had, I think, Texas Instruments or whatever had a learning system or something at the time, and they were doing something like that with speech and learn and fun. But no game console was doing it, so it was kind of neat, breakthrough for that type of thing. And I'm going to give them credit for that. Absolute credit for that. So, Bomb Squad, guys, as I go through this or whatever, please comment below if you actually played these games, or if you like them, or if you think they're completely terrible, or whatever. Just let me know, because I want to see your comments. I want to comment and respond to your comments. And again, this is new to me. I've never played this system yet, even though I own it. It's the one system I just kind of threw over in the dark corner. And next on my list is B-17 Bomber, or B-17 Bomber. It sounds terrible. Listen to this. Yeah, pretty bad. B-17 Bomber, basically, it looks like you map out your targeting, and then you fly, and you gotta hold on to your plane, manage your altitude, this, that, whatever, and then figure out where you're gonna drop your payload. I mean, really cool for its time. Don't get me wrong, I think it really was. Could I play it now and what the playability of it would be like now? I don't know, maybe one day I'm going to do a play or a let's play on just the Intellivoice games, because it's easy to, you know, knock out 4 games and try them out. But anyway, plus I really want to hear the Intellivoice for real. I want to hear that. For real. So, B-17 Bomber. Now, of course, next on this list is Space Spartans. Now, Space Spartans actually looks kind of cool. For what it was, for its time, it definitely is cool. It almost looks like there's TIE fighters coming at you, you know? And it's just like any shooter at its time. I mean, you're basically the crosshairs shooting out targets that are coming at you to give you that 3D aspect, that type of look. But the cool thing they did was they added voice to it.
Starbase 2 under attack.
Now here's where the weird part comes in. So here's Tron Solar Sailor. From the footage I've seen and so on, and watched a lot of gameplay on it, I get the whole Tron universe and what they're doing in the game and so on, but I never heard it talk. Throughout all the game footage I've watched, I've never heard it talk. But it talks. So, if you guys have ever played this and you heard it talk, please let me know. I'm definitely going to have to try this out because I honestly have not heard it talk. All these other games I've heard it talk. I've heard it talk through the game and throughout the game. This one, sound effects were great. I gotta say, if anything, the Intellivoice, or I don't know if it was the Intellivoice that gave it its boost, but the Intellivision had great audio for its time. The sound processor was pretty amazing. I hear the sound from this game, I hear the sound from these games, and they do sound pretty crisp and pretty nice. But I didn't hear this one talk, so it's kind of weird. And this is the more sought after and more rare game, and I just received this off a video game pickup, which is great because I had it loose, and I had all these boxes, but I did not have this one. So now it completes my Intellivoice collection, which is really nice. Easy to do though. 4 games. A short video. I just thought it was really cool. It was just one of those things. I was walking by it a couple times, and I knew I had to make a video of some Intellivision stuff. And the Intellivoice, you know, it is what it is. It's really cool for what it is. And for its time in 1982, it actually was very groundbreaking. Let's be honest. I mean, this was pretty solid for its time. So I'll give Intellivision a thumbs up on that, and maybe one day I'll try them and give you my thoughts. But until then, guys, game over. It's been all fun and games.